Hi, good morning. Hi. Hello. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the 21-day positivity challenge of Urban Ashram. I'm Bo, and I teach at Urban Ashram. Hi, Florence. Good morning. And I'd like to welcome all of you to this 21-day positivity challenge. And I'm extremely excited and nervous at the same time, and delighted to be able to lead you through day 15 of our positivity challenge. It's really nice if you've been following this 21-day positivity challenge since day one. It's really nice to see how many people have started to tune in, especially compared to if you were there to join us for the 3-day teaser. There are so many more people who actually join now and who also tune in. And hopefully, those of you who've been tuning in, especially since day one, I hope that you not just watch, but you also actively participate in the meditation. You also actively participate in the affirmations that we say every day. What else? In the mudras, in the hand gestures that we do. And just make the most out of what we are offering you guys every morning. Wow, so many people. Hi, good morning. Once again, I'm sorry, excuse me. Once again, my name is Bo. I'll be leading you through day 15 of this 21-day positivity challenge of Urban Ashram. So let's begin. All right. I would like to actually quote a good friend who was also my teacher training classmate and also a co-teacher at Urban Ashram, Troy. Okay, and he led days 7 to 9 of this positivity challenge. And I think he posed this question on day 9. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. But he asked us, what is your morning routine? What is your daily morning routine? And I'm sure we have our own morning routines. Like, when we wake up, we brush our teeth, we take a bath. For the ladies, you make yourselves up. For the men, you put something on your hair. And these are the things that we do so that when we step out of our home, we feel more confident, right? And we feel like we're ready. Now, he posed another question, which is actually a lot more important. And that question is, how much time do you devote to your soul? So if you have a morning routine for you physically, do you actually have a morning routine that you dedicate for your soul, to nourish your soul? And that's actually a very, very important thing to do as well, which is why we're doing this. And a wonderful way to nourish your soul is really through some quiet time, some alone time. And that's what this positivity challenge and meditation practice is really all about. Okay? Every day, there are different topics that are discussed. Every day, there are different mantras or affirmations that we say. And we also have different hand gestures. So this isn't something that we just, come up with right off the bat. This is something that was really well prepared by the founders of Urban Ashram. And so if you notice, there also is a progression with the things that we talk about every day. And there are different topics. So our topic for today is actually all about feeling. Okay, so again, it's feeling. So I will ask you 2 questions this morning before we move on that I want you to just answer as honestly as possible. And remember that there are no right or wrong answers. All right? So I actually want you to close your eyes right now before I ask you these questions. So let's just sit up tall. Sit up tall with me. You can place your hands on your thighs. Okay? And maybe even close your eyes. And I want you to just start to notice yourself breathing. This is probably your first conscious breath in for the day. And just enjoy that feeling of you being here. It's Saturday, so you're probably still lying down on your bed, or you found some time to, sit on a comfortable chair. Now, with those eyes closed, I want you to just take notice of your body and, of course, of your mind. And again, our topic for today is all about feeling. All right, so I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First question is, how do you feel today? Again, how do you feel today? And there's no right or wrong answer because this is how you feel. Now, after having thought of that, I'm going to ask you the second question, which is, do you like how you feel today? Again, do you like how you feel today? All right, so the first question is quite easy to answer because it's something that's authentically there. It's what you feel. So some of you might have said in your mind, oh yeah, I feel happy. I feel excited. And that's really great because then the answer to the second question, which is, do you like how you feel, would be yes, right? But if your answer to the first question was, I feel scared, or I feel lonely, or I feel, what else? I feel depressed. Then the answer to the second question would be no. You don't like how you feel. So I have good news for you though. If the answer to the second question was no, you don't like how you feel because you feel sad, you feel depressed, you feel angry, the good news is you can change that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, I can change it? No, hindi yata eh. No, but you can. And why? Because feeling is actually really all in the mind. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read to you, JP, if you don't mind, I'm going to read to you some definitions that I wrote down about feeling and the difference between feeling and emotion. So I actually have it right here. So emotions are physical and instinctive, and their general purpose is to produce a specific response to a stimulus or to stimuli, while your feelings are mental experiences of this. So the brain interprets your emotion. Okay, so actually emotions, they can even be measured. Okay, they can even be measured through your facial expression, through your stance, through the blood flow as well in the body. But feelings can't be measured because feelings are actually your brain's interpretation of what your emotion is. Now the thing is, emotions they're temporary. Okay? They are very temporary, they don't last. The thing is, if how you interpret your emotion is more on a negative level or more on a negative way, then these emotions or these feelings can actually stick with you for a really long time, and for some people even a whole lifetime. So this is something that I want you to be able to think about, to be able to dwell on, and to really be able to realize. Okay? Because if feelings can persist over a lifetime, and if that feeling is negative, then would you like to have that feeling with you all the time? Definitely the answer is no. So what's a good way for us to be able to shift and change these feelings? Maybe try to express your emotions more constructively, right? And maybe to make it just a little bit more clearer. I don't know if you watched Inside Out, the movie, and the characters are joy, anger, disgust, sadness, that cute blue little girl, and fear. Okay, and so these are just some of the emotions that we as human beings have. Now, for example, anger. The feeling that you get out of anger could be a feeling of frustration, could be a feeling of bitterness. All right? Now, anger, once that stimulus is gone, anger's gone. But the feeling of being bitter actually stays unless you get rid of it. Now, what else? The feeling or the emotion of sadness. For example, if you don't mind, I will just share an experience. I lost a loved one due to this pandemic, this COVID-19. And so losing a loved one, that's the stimulus that created that feeling of sadness, that emotion of sadness rather. And now the feeling that you get out of sadness is loneliness and is depression. But if I continue to dwell on that feeling and if I don't create that mental shift, then that feeling will persist throughout my life. But now I have learned to move on, I have learned to accept, and I have learned to look at the brighter side of things. And so this feeling of sadness has now shifted to feelings of gratefulness, gratitude, and a feeling of contentment as well. All right? So this morning, what we're going to do is we're going to try and really focus on creating that feeling of happiness and that feeling of gratitude. All right? And so I will be sharing with you our affirmation for today. And I'd like to invite you to actually close your eyes again, sit up nice and tall, and just relax the shoulders. You can even shrug your shoulders forward and back a few times. Okay, and wherever you're seated, just allow yourself to be here and to stay here and to just really occupy your space. And I'll be reading to you this affirmation that I'd like for you to really be able to let it linger in your mind, and not just in your mind, but also in your body. All right, and this affirmation goes like this. Full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. Again, full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. So I'll say it one more time, and if you could say it with me in your head, please do. Full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. And how do you feel right now, having told yourself that you are grateful and that you're looking forward to the good that actually awaits you? I hope that somehow that made you feel better. All right. So now, moving on, for our 21-day positivity challenge, aside from the affirmations that we ask you to say to yourself, we also want to be able to introduce different breathing exercises that can help you. All right. And personally, these breathing exercises have been very helpful to me. When we breathe properly and when we breathe consciously, it helps the body calm down. All right. It helps us slow down our heart rate, especially when we're getting nervous, especially when we're getting anxious, right? And so today, I'm going to teach you or introduce to you or guide you through this breath exercise, which we call in yoga the Ujjayi breath. Now, the Ujjayi, if you translate it to English, is called the victorious breath. Okay? And the victorious breath, it's a very long and smooth kind of breathing. And once done properly, you'll actually be able to create this very audible sound, which is almost like the waves or the ocean or the rustling of the leaves. But for the less poetic, we call it the Darth Vader breath. Okay? So it has this very audible sound that actually comes from the back of your throat. And you're probably wondering, how do we do that? So let me guide you through this Ujjayi breath. So once again, I'm going to ask you to just sit up nice and tall, comfortably on your chair or on your bed, or maybe you're seated on the floor. Now, imagine you have a pair of eyeglasses and you want to clean the lenses of your glasses. So you go, right? So you fog it out. Or maybe you have like a glass window that you'd like to also clean. So you go, fog it out. Or it also could be something like a sigh when you go, right? So you hear that. Now notice the sensation. I want you to try that. Notice the sensation that you create when you go, there's something like a very gentle scratch on the throat, and you feel it almost just right here. Okay? So now the Ujjayi breath, it sounds like that. but it is done through the nostrils instead of the mouth. So let's try to work on that together. So I want you to take a big inhale through your nose, really filling yourself up all the way to the base of your throat. Now open the mouth and just go slowly emptying yourself of your breath. Now we do that again. So inhale all the way up to the chest. Now open the mouth and go. So that alone is a very soothing sound and a very soothing feeling. Now what we'll do is, on that exhale, on the breath, I want you to close your mouth halfway, but still have that sensation of that scratching along the throat, and see if you could create that same sound and that same feeling as your exhale moves out through your nostrils. Right? So let's do it together. Now take a breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. And then close. Now let's try that again. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. Halfway close. And let's try that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and go. Now, I don't know if you can hear it from your computer or from your phone, but there is that very audible sound in my breath. Now, what we'll try to do is, we'll try to do that with the lips sealed all throughout the breath. Try to constrict that hole in your throat. Imagine sipping air through a straw. Okay, so I have a glass of water here. I'll take a quick sip. If I were to gulp, I take one big gulp through that glass. But if I were to take a sip through a straw, the intake of the water is a lot more controlled. So think about that, but just try to use that more for your breath. So if you were to inhale fully, just like you're gulping water, you're just going to go big breath. If you were to sip through a straw, what would happen is that big inhale will be nice and controlled and actually be lengthened. So let's try it together. Take a big inhale, control the breath in. And now, like you're blowing out through a straw, through the nostrils, slow exhale. Let's try it again. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. All right. So now, whether or not you're getting it, I want you to just stay really connected to your breath. And then this time, close your eyes. We'll spend a few minutes here. Hands resting on the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Draw the shoulders back and down. Close your eyes. And then I'll just read to you the mudra one more time so that you can really concentrate on what that mudra is trying to say to you, reminding you to continue to say it to yourself. Full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. Now let's close our eyes and let's begin to breathe. Inhaling through the nose. Constricting the back of the throat, slowly exhale. Again, inhale. And take a ha breath through the nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And slowly exhale. Now you can shift back to the more natural flow of your breath. But I encourage you to just keep the eyes closed and continue to sit up tall. Now try to notice the mental shifts that happen when you deeply connect with your breathing. For those of you who just joined, good morning. I posed 2 questions at the beginning of our positivity challenge today. First question I asked was, how do you feel today? And the second question I asked was, do you like how you feel? So if you just joined, I want you to think about those 2 questions. Do you like how you feel today? And if you don't, then you're in the perfect place to be right now. Okay? Because as we create these mental shifts by actually allowing ourselves to connect to our bodies, by connecting with the breath more, then we know, we feel that these mental shifts can happen. If you are feeling lonely right now, then maybe, hopefully, and I'm pretty sure that as we breathe together, as we connect to ourselves more, and as we continue to say this affirmation in our minds more, that we will be able to shift that loneliness to more of happiness and more of contentment. So, again, we will close our eyes and we will work on the breath a little bit more. Now, if you did connect to the Ujjayi breath that I just guided you through earlier, go ahead and try to do a couple of breath cycles. Okay? But if you didn't get it yet, don't fret, it's okay. I want you to just connect to the more natural flow of the breath. And what's most important is that you are in full control of it and that you are in full awareness of it. Okay, so together, let's bring our palms down to our thighs, sit up nice and tall, shrug the shoulders up, back and down, and just lift up the heart. Really feel that upward draft, that uplifting feeling, okay, of lifting up the chest physically. Now take a big inhale through the nose using your Ujjayi breath, your victorious breath, or maybe just that natural flow of your breath. Now exhale. And allow yourself to just feel that calming effect. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. One more time on your own. And exhale. Good. Now you can blink your eyes open. So aside from the affirmation, the breath work that we do together, this continuous meditation, I'll also be introducing, actually Vince yesterday and the other day introduced this mudra or this hand gesture to you, and we're just going to do it again today. And this is called the seal of prayer or the Anjali mudra. So our bodies have thousands of energy pathways and they all end at the fingertips. And there are 5 elements and each finger represents the elements. Okay, so the thumb represents the fire element, the index finger, the air element, the middle finger, the space, the ring finger is the earth element, and your pinky finger or your little finger, the water element. So what we do is we bring all of these together. Okay, we allow them to touch. And then you can slowly bring your palms together. Now you have 2 options here. You can actually keep a hollow space between your palms. So you're just really letting the mounds of your fingers, the knuckles touch and all the way to the fingertips. Or you can send even the webbing of the palms together, just but very, very softly. No need to press it where you're creating tension, okay? So just very, very lightly. Now I want you to feel that really subtle energy that runs through your body and ends all the way here in your fingertips. When we pray, this is what we do. When we seek for something, this is what we do. In Asians, when we greet each other, this is how we welcome each other as well, right? So, this is what we're going to do right now. And we're going to do this along with our Ujjayi breath. And at the same time, just continuing to remind ourselves of the affirmation that we have for today. All right? So, I'm going to invite you to once again close your eyes. Keep your palms softly touching each other in front of your heart center. Sit up tall, and I'll read to you our affirmation again this morning. Full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. Again, full of gratitude, I receive the good that awaits me. Now keeping the palms together in front of the heart center. Close your eyes if you've opened them again. All right. And now let's breathe. All together, take a big inhale through the nose. And slowly exhale through the nose. Just following the pace of your breath. Inhale. And exhale. So if I happen to be breathing a little slower than you, please don't mind me. Just continue to breathe in and out on your own. And just enjoy this feeling, once again, of this feeling of calmness. Notice that mental shift that is happening. And allow yourself to just immerse in this very, very wonderful feeling of nourishing the body, of nourishing the mind, and of nourishing the soul. So just continue to keep your eyes closed, continue to breathe, continue to softly press your palms together. And remind yourself to be very, very grateful. Because right now, you are safe, at home, and you have the time and the ability to do this and to join all of us here this morning. Now, I'm going to ask you to just take one more conscious, full breath in through the nose. And a nice, long, relaxing exhale through the nose. Now, very slowly, blink those eyes open and release your hand gesture and place your hands on top of your thighs. So now, the same question I asked at the beginning of this session, I will ask again right now. After this morning meditation, after the affirmation that we continuously reminded ourselves, after the breath work, the breathing exercise that we did, and after us doing this hand gesture, how do you feel today? Do you still feel sad? Do you still feel lonely? Do you still feel anxious? Or do you actually feel better right now? You feel happy. That's great, Michelle. I hope that everybody else feels happy too. And remember, your feelings, they're just the way the brain interprets your emotions. Okay? So you have control of that. Try to just be more constructive in the way you express your emotions. And, next thing you know, any kind of emotion that is negative, you'll be able to shift to a more positive feeling. So I hope you like how you feel this morning. And I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for joining us today. Urban Ashram will continue this 21-day positivity challenge. And as you all know, it takes 21 days to build a habit. So we're almost there. We're on day 15 of this positivity challenge. And hopefully you've been here since day one. But in any case, if you were not able to join day one up to yesterday, Urban Ashram has a YouTube channel which you can visit. And all of the morning meditations that were done since day one are posted there. So if you would like us to assist you in your daily meditations, please visit Urban Ashram's YouTube channel, and you'll see all the teachers who have participated so far. And hopefully you can catch up and build that 21-day habit. All right? And thank you so much to everybody who has joined. And once again, remember, you can always change how you feel. And today's affirmation is full of gratitude. I receive the good that awaits me. Let's all face this weekend with a heart that is full of gratitude. Okay? Because when you approach a situation, when you approach your day with a heart full of gratitude, then good things will really come your way. So once again, My name is Bo. Thank you so much for joining me today here in Laz Live. Thank you so much for supporting Urban Ashram, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. And by the way, tomorrow, our topic or our theme is going to be all about healing. And during this time of pandemic, during this time of uncertainty, it's very, very important. Well, number one, that we tune into our feelings, which is what we did today. And tomorrow, it's very important that we learn to allow ourselves to heal. So please join me. I know it's Sunday tomorrow, and some of us might not want to wake up early, but at 9 a.m., let's go ahead and work on healing. So once again, thank you so much. Have a very, very wonderful Saturday, and see you tomorrow, and God bless you. Bye. Thank you.